Howdy folks, Tex Grebner here with Tex Grebner Outdoors. New videos every Saturday, so if you don't want to miss out on your Tex Grebner Outdoors Saturday morning cartoon awesomeness, make sure to click subscribe. Check my channel every Saturday for new videos. I love reading your comments. I really do appreciate all of you that watch. Today, we're going to be making it weird, because despite all my camo and the fact I chew tobacco, I am, at my core, a huge fantasy nerd. Now, I do not, however, participate in boffer sports such as Bellegarde and archery tag and so on. However, I hate seeing people struggle, and so I wanted to make this video on how to tune your equipment for a boffer sport like Bellegarde or archery tag, because I've observed a lot of people that don't quite know how to set up their boffer archery tackle very well, and I'm going to show you how to actually get it set up with the gear you need and how to set up that particular gear so that you can crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women. So let's get started. I want to start this video out with a little bit of a rant. Women have breasts. Now, I'm not ranting about the fact that women have breasts. I'm ranting about the fact that there are several well-bosomed women that I know that would love to get into traditional archery. However, I am ranting about the fact that the archery industry still does not produce tackle that is geared around accommodating a well-bosomed woman. This is a Bear Archery Bullseye in 25 pounds. It is a very short bow. The shortness of the limbs means that these bows, when you are back at a full draw, give a very sharp, acute string angle, which is what is needed in order to clear the flesh of a woman's bosom. So, what I want to know is, with all our fancy technology archery industry and all the demand, why can we not get these Amazons the proper equipment? Why can we not arm these Valkyries? Because with all the technology we have, I don't understand why you can't build takedown bows of this size in adult poundage hunting weight limbs. As you can see, it says Bullseye right there. But this Bear Bullseye is an excellent boffer bow option. Also, because it is very short, even though it's a takedown, you can dress it up like a horse bow. And so I wanted to make this video to show how to actually go about setting up a bow for boffer sports, depending on what you actually have access to. As of right now, I have it set up to shoot feathers. I have a strike plate on here, and I have a rug rest on here, on the arrow shelf upon the riser. Obviously, I'm not going to insult your intelligence by explaining to you how to put the bow together. It's very simple, but in order to shoot like this, you need feather fletched arrows. You can either make them yourself or you can order them. And then obviously these all have field points on them because I don't actually participate in boffer sports. If you're using plastic or rubber fletching, that is not going to work very well at all shooting off the arrow shelf. Now, there's a little bit of gear and there's a little bit of tools that you're going to want to have. First of all, this is a brass knocking point that you crimp around the string. This is a knocking point pliers. This is a bow square. And this is an NAP Flipper Rest 2. This is a wire rest that will adhesively stick onto the side of the riser, and I kept it in the package just so that you could see what the packaging looks like if you're looking around online or if you're actually in a sporting goods store going to pick one of these up. So first of all, I'm going to take this strike plate off. Now, as you can see, this is radiused out past center. So this is going to sit right here over this hole here on the Bear Bullseye once I take it off. What's important is you don't want to set it up too high, but you also want to make sure that your bottom vane is going to clear the arrow rest. It is literally that simple. Brace height is the distance between here and the string. The point of brace height is when the bow is unstrung, it is relaxed. Right now, it is braced, hence the term brace height. The higher you set your brace height, the more distance between here and here, the more preload you put onto your limbs. So the next thing I'm going to want to do is set my knocking point. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to put an arrow on the string, bring it to about 90 degrees across the arrow rest, and then move it up just a little bit. Now, I've already got a knocking point on here, so I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm just going to use this fresh knocking point to actually show you. I've got the knocking point here in the knocking point pliers, and you're going to have to tune your equipment to get your arrow to fly how it needs to fly. By moving this knocking point up or down the string, that's going to help you get your arrow coming off that rest straight up and down. So with this knocking point pliers, you're going to need to shoot and shoot and shoot and figure out where along your bowstring that your knock needs to be in order for the arrow to fly straight into your target. You might not always hit the target, but you want your arrow going straight on its way there as it describes its parabolic arc. Now what this flipper rest allows you to do is shoot any style of fletching, which is handy if you're into boffer sports and don't know how to make your own feather fletched arrows at home. So this is an XX75 aluminum arrow, and this is probably the most affordable arrow on the market. All you would have to do is screw your boffer point in and shoot and shoot and shoot until you get your bow tuned up to where it's correct. But the important thing is, with this flipper rest, it's going to allow you to shoot very affordable arrows in your boffer sports and still get clean arrow flight so that you can get your hits on that fantasy enemy. Now this is a feather fletched arrow that I made specifically for this bow. And obviously, whether you're shooting off the shelf with feathers or shooting off the NAP rest with feathers, you're still going to get pretty good arrow flight. But you're going to have to get to know your equipment, and by moving your knocking point up and down your string, you're going to be able to get your arrow to take a true path on its way to your target. So as you can see, all these arrows with different style fletchings flew just fine off of that flipper style rest. Now, my personal recommendation is learn how to fletch your own boffer arrows and shoot off the shelf for a more organic feel. But I hope that this video is helpful to you in tuning up your bow and your arrows for your boffer sports this summer. As always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA to protect our rights. Please got my friends over at SOETacticalGear.com. Thank you very much to those who've been involved in law enforcement and those who served in the military. Thanks for watching Texas Grebner Outdoors.